Hey, welcome to Astrology for Mystics. I'm your host, Jennifer Jennings. Thank you all for being here, all of one or two people, I'm sure. Maybe this video will reach to the masses and, you know, maybe the astrology and the shit that I've been seeing for months will just, make its way to the internet and people will care. I don't know. It's like I'm so livid right now because it's like, astrology is so much more than a sun sign or a damn, oh, I'm a Taurus. Oh, I'm a Scorpio. And what else are you? There's so much more to you than your sun sign. There's so much more to Sebastian, Wayne Drake Rogers, than him being a Sagittarius. How many people even know that he's a Sagittarius? How many know that his sun shines in the first house? How many know that he descends with communications? With at least two people. Two people. These communications that have come out today with at night. Seriously? Seriously? How long have we been talking about Mexico? Is this a surprise that we would be looking for Sebastian in Mexico? You know, when Sebastian went missing, there was a lot of shit going down with Mexico and Trump and Israel. Google it. All you have to do is Google it. Spirituality is so much more than praying to God. Allowing God to use you in a way that is not worldly. Now that's where it's at. That's where it's at with spirituality and God. People don't understand astrology. I get it. They don't understand. They don't understand that you can actually look at the numbers, the degrees, and get a vibe, get a feeling of what's happening, especially when you're connecting it to other states and other countries. I've been saying over and over again, today, tonight, the TBI would have a weight come upon them. The TBI is the one that is most offended by at night posts. I can guarantee you, because I see it in the transits. You know, I was telling my daughter that she was more than likely going to get pregnant. And she comes to us and tells us that she's pregnant. Ah, what a surprise. It's not that I'm psychic. It's just that astrology is telling me intuitively things that are possible. That are possible. It's possible that Sebastian is in Mexico. It's also possible that there's a hoax. The map that I've created for Sebastian, it don't lie. People wonder why I would put so many lines on it. Why I would have Katie's lines and the TBI and the state of Tennessee and Chris and Seth and Seth's family, Chris's family, Katie's family. Why wouldn't I? I'm looking for this child, actively searching for this child. And you know what? The maps that I create, they work best with the family and law enforcement, with the information that they know. Let me just put on my cam just so I can show you just how livid I am tonight. Because Mexico was in transit. The degree of their midheaven, of their IC was in transit. There was a lot going on with Mexico when Sebastian went missing. There's still a lot going on with Mexico and Trump. And so it's hard to decipher. However, there is an angle on Sebastian, on his map, that goes straight to Virginia. This angle is a square. It is a challenge for Sebastian's recovery. And so I have talked about this since he went missing, that the challenge for me is to uncover and understand where he's at. Tonight, with all of this information coming out, California is holding the collective transit with the groups. We the people. We the people. So can we look at California's can we see what's going on in California with groups, with a possible, I don't know, court thing going on? Things going on with the laws in California? Because that is what it's indicative of. That is what it's telling me. Just because a state or another country shows up in a missing event does not mean that that's where that missing person is. I've learned that over the years. I've learned that. And it's in hindsight, and it's through making mistakes. But you know what? If I had the information that the parents, the family, and the law enforcement have with Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers or any missing person, hands down, I'm going to work so much better. I'm the only person that I know in this whole world, in this entire world on the planet Earth, that is investigating the way that I do. I put my whole heart. I put hours into this investigation. I'm boots on the ground too. I don't just talk the talk, I walk it. And I'm just so livid that people don't even think about the things that could possibly come to fruition if we just work together instead of working against each other. Just because you don't understand what I do doesn't mean that we can't work together. Doesn't mean that we cannot converse back and forth with the information that we know. It's the ego. It's other people's ego that gets in the way. And I can't help that. I can't help that at all. I can't help that the things that are on the map, 800 and something addresses, I'm looking for this boy. I'm looking for him. I'm looking for all these other missing kids. And it's like, are the lines just, is it the numbers? Like, what is it? What is it that is, this is my work. This isn't something for other people to understand. This is for me to understand. All I need is the information. All I need is the information. I'm doing the work. I'm the investigator when it comes to the astrology and the mapping and the charts. Let me show you the charts right now. How about that? Let's just do this. Hold on. Let me do this. Let me bring on the transits, just so I can remind everybody who may watch this right now, who are in the bushes, or who may watch it later. You just never know, who might be interested in some actual detail instead of some kind of bullshit going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Let's look at this. Let's look at it. Here's the transits right now. Here's Dwayne Dog Chapman. And I would pull up the map, but who cares, right? Who cares where Sebastian could really be found, right? Who cares? Let's look at some other kind of stupid shit. Let's let thousands of people watch some drama, some Facebook, YouTube drama. Isn't that what's more exciting? What's going to bring in the numbers? Maybe if I'm just talking shit about rhymes and reasons and songs and stupid shit, maybe that'll get it. I'm sorry, I'm pissed. I am on late, Fruit Fly. I am on late because I'm just livid. I'm livid. I'm emotionally coming to YouTube and just bitching. I am. Okay, so I am. Fault me for that. I'll take my lick tomorrow. Tonight's the night. I was observing, right? If you've ever watched my lives, if you watched my live the last time, or you can go back and watch it. I don't know. Maybe I'll just take a little snippet of it and show people. Girl, I'm letting her rip. Maybe, maybe you could go back, or I'll just snip it. I don't know. Here's the deal. Here's what I was seeing. I was seeing that tonight, the TBI, let's go ahead and, since I'm talking about the TBI, we'll get them on the left. I've got the transits right now on the right. The TBI. What did I say that would be taking place? I said that the TBI would begin a weight. They are weighted down in the sixth house of health. The media is upon them with their investigation here because Mercury is the media. You're not an astrologer. You don't know. You don't even have to follow what I'm saying. Just listen. I mean, the numbers of how I'm connecting it. Just listen to what I'm saying. All you got to do is just listen to what I'm saying. The TBI was going to have a weight upon them today. It's a weight. What is a weight? Don't act like you don't know what a weight is. Come on. A weight is you are heavy. You are feeling heavy. And I'm feeling heavy with the TBI tonight too. Because Dwayne Dog Chapman, hold on just a second. Hey girl, I'm live right now. Come in and listen to me. Bye. All right. So the TBI, they're in transit. They have this weight. They have this weight upon them. And this is what we've been talking about. Okay. We've been talking about wondering how this is going to show itself. And Dog at night posted a Facebook post saying that Sebastian could be in Cancun, Mexico. Oh, did you think that Mexico? Oh my God, we're going to get into this shit. If you've been following me for a minute second, if you've been following me, you've been listening to me, then you know that the event when Sebastian went missing was highly connected to Mexico. Highly connected to Mexico. You know, I know these charts. I know Mexico. I know Australia. Speaking of Australia, there is an expansion with Australia tonight and the law enforcement. Well, let me just tell you something. I submitted to an assignment about 2 girls who had been missing, and I think that they could have been trafficked in Australia. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? Tomorrow there's going to be a breakup with Australia. I can see that. Just because Sebastian, when he went missing, the missing event shows Mexico. But just because it shows Mexico does not mean that that's where he is. The only law enforcement that is showing up on the map is Dwayne Dog Chapman. That is the only law enforcement that's showing up. So what does that tell me? That tells me that it's possible that this is a hoax. Because Chris and Katie and Seth, the parents are there by Cancun. And I'm not going to show you the map because who cares, right? Who cares? I did do a post. I did a post and I showed some of the lines that are there at Cancun, Mexico. But this is what I've been talking about. There was a buildup. There was a buildup that was coming. And this buildup was leading to a weight with the TBI. Tennessee Bureau of Investigation has a weight upon them right now. And that weight is with Hades. This to the right, this chart to the right, here in the 6th house, where I'm just waving my cursor around. This right here, this 1414, this Hades, it's in Cancer. And it's about home. It's about a weight. It's about land. It's about real estate. It's about the mother, Katie Proudfoot, and their investigation with communications. Okay, we're going to go here to the left. We're going to the 1414. We're just matching numbers, okay? It's really not rocket science. How I'm investigating ain't rocket science. It's really not that difficult to understand. It's just that people think, oh, well, I don't understand. And they just, I don't even understand it myself. Why people get freaked out about numbers. We're just matching numbers. And remember I said that Faith, little stepsister Faith, she was going to have a weight upon her for days. And it's this weight with Apollo. Apollo here on the right chart in the 9th house right now. It's about a higher learning. It's about trafficking, and Faith is in transit for days. She is having the enlightenment. She has the enlightenment of a weight of home with mom and family and loyalty. She is with her father, from what I gather. I don't know for sure, but I do know that this has been a buildup. This has been a buildup that I have been watching and I have been assessing and investigating. All the while, other people are focused on some kind of dumb bullshit with some YouTube drama. Oh, you'd rather be, y'all in here, y'all are cool as hell. Hey, Lady Freedom, Hope Floats, D. Marie. Hey, all of y'all. Thank you for being here with my little rant. I usually don't go live at night, but this has got me livid. It does. It has me livid because I've looked at the charts, I've looked at the map, and I'm disgusted because people would rather focus on some dumb shit. Y'all in here, obviously you're not focused on dumb shit, but think about the thousands of people that are in listening to a bunch of drama, some kind of replay of a whole live of Brittany J, and just going to roast the whole time. People are actually spending their time, their valuable, beautiful time on this earth, listening to some stupid shit, rather than listening to, how we can find the missing, like innovative way, cool ass way to find the missing and try to understand it. I'm still trying to understand it. Yeah, anyone in this company is in danger. Doing it for the money. It's the money and the drama. It's crazy. It's crazy. The amount of people that can build up. I've had this YouTube channel for over a decade. I haven't even gotten past 1,000 followers. Am I salty about that? I am. Would I love to make money? I sure as hell would. But at least you would be having value. You would be spending your money with value. This is value. This is valuable. What I'm doing, nobody else is doing in the whole entire world. Yeah, let's call and harass somebody. I mean, good God. It's so crazy. It's crazy. Mars is transiting with me, and as Mars is going to end up coming and opposing my sun. So, I mean, am I going to be more aggressive? Am I going to be more courageous? You bet your ass I am. I'm definitely taking that challenge. Yeah, I'm so over the video at Texas Roadhouse. I'm so over it. Like, please don't show me that again. I could puke. I'm done. I'm done with it. Where's Sebastian? Can we just talk about where he could be found? That's all I want to know. That's all I'm really focused on. All that other is just bullshit. So what happened is that Uranus has went over the TBI. I mean, you can go back on my lives and you can watch this buildup that has come to today. You can watch what was going on the 23rd, the 24th. I mean, I've got it. I've got it, y'all. Like, Jesus, I've got it. Yeah, I'm so over the yellow jacket, the green hoodie, this one, that one. I'm so over the bullshit. I'm so over it. Yes, Mexico is constantly showing up, but so is California. So is Virginia. So is California, and so is Virginia. Those are those states that keep showing up. Other countries actually show up with Sebastian, and Sebastian's been to a lot of states. And so it's hard to decipher where he could be found because he's been most 15-year-olds, by the time they're 15, have barely been to one state or two states. Maybe they've been to Florida, maybe they've been to Chattanooga or something like that, but Sebastian's been to a lot of states. If the law enforcement and the family, the parents and the family would work with me on his map, oh my God, we would do wonders. We could do wonders with the information that they know. With the information that they know. The TBI could solve cases. How many cases? At least one. I'm sure we could solve one together. And is one enough? It sure as hell is. It sure as hell is. One would be good enough for me. Just get me that one with the law enforcement. Have I solved one? You bet your ass I have. Yes, I have. And I've documented them. They're on this site, they're on my TikTok. I mean, I've documented those. This is an innovative way to find the missing. And we just cannot, I can't do this by myself. I can try, just like the girls that went missing 14 years ago. I'm thinking that these two siblings, the Luck girls or Luke girls out of Northern Mariana Islands who went missing. I'm thinking that there is something to a trafficking from there. But y'all, this was Sebastian. He is not at an age. This would not be typical at all. I can't even fathom. They're not going to take him from a rich neighborhood. Okay, because that's where he was living. It's a rich neighborhood. They're not going to take him from a rich neighborhood, traffic him to Mexico to do some kind of labor or something. Let's be real. I mean, no, not happening. Not happening. That's not happening. It is remarkable. Thank you, Jeff. You know firsthand. You definitely know firsthand, and you know that I've predicted my daughter's pregnancy. She is pregnant now. I can predict different things that are taking place with my kids, and I don't even look at their chart. I don't even look at their chart. I know that they rise in Capricorn. I know that they rise in Taurus. I know that Sebastian rises in Scorpio. And when I do a new moon or a full moon, like the full moon in Capricorn, the full moon in Capricorn, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dee Marie. I know that there is a full moon in Capricorn. Full moon in Capricorn for Sebastian is the second house, is the values. It's the values of the government, the authority, the father figures, unless it's a woman boss. Because Capricorn is actually feminine. We think of Capricorn as male, but Capricorn is actually feminine. It's that woman boss. You know what I'm saying? It would be Kathy. And that's where the shakeup has just come to, is Kathy. The shakeup with the group has just come to Kathy and values and money. You know, yes, I am working with the foundation. Well, Fruit Fly, I'm actually working with the Find Me group. I'm working with the Find Me group. And that was a goal. You know, I'm happy that I'm able to accomplish that goal. But I do hope to work with my local law enforcement, like the TBI. I want the TBI to work with me with these cases that they have not been able to solve, because you know what? Sometimes you just got to do something different to get different results. Maybe I'll call the TBI myself and say, hey, you know, I think y'all need some help. I think y'all need some help, because I tell you what, tonight, the media was at a 618 when that news broke. That is what was taking place. And if we look at the 23rd and the 24th, if we just look at those dates, you know, because they were saying that through the 23rd, I don't even know. I saw red when I started seeing it, because I just thought, y'all are just a bunch of, you know, if Nick wasn't so about himself, if Nick and Dog and all of them wasn't so about themselves and they were actually about this case, then they would know so much more. And early on, I sent Nick the Hat the map, but he got discouraged because of the lines. You know, the lines. Everybody just wants to joke about the lines. Well, you know what? The lines are for me. All you got to do is know what news break. Yeah. Oh, well, the news is that, you know, they got a tip on the 23rd, gave it to the TBI and all agencies working on the tip from the 23rd to the 25th about Sebastian being trafficked to Cancun, Mexico, wanting a ransom. But let me show you something. Here's the 23rd. Here's the 23rd. This was a date. This was a time that I was observing. And if they weren't just so goofy and caught up in the self, then they would know that this was a day that I was watching, because nobody else is really talking about how to find Sebastian. Okay. All right. So, you know, not very good investigators, I would say. None of them. So let me just show you this time period that I was watching right here. I'm going to compare it to Sebastian, and I'm just going to tell you what it says, because you just need to know that on the 23rd, 9:51 p.m., there's a relationship in the 9th house of higher learning. There's this higher learning here. And the higher learning is with the pain that Sebastian has experienced with communications and with siblings. There is a reigniting of a flame with little Faith right here. There is a lot going on in New Zealand on the 23rd. This is right before the new moon. Okay. This is right before, because the new moon was on the 25th, and I was watching this time period, the 23rd through the 25th, because Sebastian was all in transit, and I just couldn't understand how it was going to work itself out, how it was going to express itself in the outer world. Well, the pain, there's a relationship here. There's a hidden relationship. It's hidden. Why is it hidden, Jennifer? Well, because this is in Scorpio. Scorpio's hidden. It's the 8th house of death, rebirth, regeneration, other people's money, hidden sex, things that are hidden. It's about the trash. It's about a pond. It's about murky water. It's about trafficking. And there's a darkness. There is a darkness that is coming over Nina. There's a darkness that is coming over Chris Proudfoot at this time as well. The physician, the enlightenment, is with the Netherlands. Okay. Trump was going to go to the Netherlands on the 23rd. That is why the physician is showing up. There was a divine justice with Seth this day with his ascendant. And the lunar nodes are coming down to the state of Tennessee and their pain. The pain that they share with resources and authority and the government, and how they use their resources. Mars was transiting in the 7th house of Virgo, and it was with the Homeland Security. And then the 349 was coming to the 350 with the state of Tennessee and the connection that Sebastian has with the state of Tennessee. Jupiter was expanding with the state of Tennessee, and how the state of Tennessee in the 5th house of kids investigates. It's the courts. It's the DA. And Hygeia, oh gosh, the day before, there was a breakup with communications on the 22nd, by the way. There was a breakup with communications with Admitos. There was a letting go with the state of Tennessee, but it was an opposing force with state of Tennessee, but it was with Mexico. Mexico and Tennessee have a 123. They have a connection in the 4th house of home. Y'all, this was showing it. Does that mean that that's where Sebastian's at? No. No, ma'am, no ham, no, sir. I've done this enough to know. Is it possible that he could be there? Yes, it's possible. But there's a shakeup with the dad and the father and the authority and their values and evidence that they have. It's also with evidence, because if I were to know and have this working relationship with a TBI, which I don't, but if I did, I could tell you 100% that this is garbage. But I can't tell you that. All I'm doing is observing that this was what was coming upon Sebastian, and the different dates, the different things that I was seeing are all on my lives. And I'm keeping those lives up. Just because you don't understand the numbers, just because you're not seeing the numbers like I am, I'm telling you what is happening on certain days that I'm watching, and that I'm taking this seriously. Hygeia at a 1045 at this period of time is going to come into this 1050, and the Hygeia is going to meet up with Sebastian's Hygeia in his natal chart. June 24th at 4:51:27 a.m. Nashville, Tennessee time. This is also another chart that I've looked at. Why? Because Uranus is shaking his values up. Hygeia is coming to his same Hygeia. I'm looking at this. I'm investigating it. I'm wondering, and I'm looking at all these numbers. I'm looking at all of them, trying to get my head straight, my head on right. And there is a pain that is coming to Chris Proudfoot. There's a pain coming to him. There's a worrying coming to him. I said this already, that the connection that the state of Tennessee and Mexico have is this 123, and I could show you, but damn it, I'm tired of showing. Go back and look at my lives. 123 is the Hades for Tennessee, and it's in Sag. The Jupiter for Mexico is a 123, and it is in Gemini. And I'm asking myself, and I'm telling people, why is it that I keep seeing Mexico in transit with Sebastian every time? Why am I seeing that? Why do I continuously see Virginia with Sebastian? There's reasons for that, y'all. And it's a part of the story. It's a part of Sebastian's story. And I can't fix, manage, control it. I can only try to get a bearing on what is taking place. Pluto, that 314 that I was talking about that goes to Tennessee. Well, Pluto comes into transit with the state of Tennessee on June 26th. And then me and Seth have a fate that is coming over us, and it's right here on June 26th. I even asked him, is there anything that you know, because me and you are in transit, the FBI and Kathy Bowersox are in transit, Chris Proudfoot is in transit. There's a lot of shit going down. And guess what? Jupiter is expanding Mexico here in the 11th house of groups. And there's a wisdom. There is this wisdom. There is this timing that has come over Sebastian on June 26th at this time too. And look at that. There's Mexico's ascendant times 2, 348, 348. I can't make it up. And I'm tired of working my ass off and trying my best. And nobody hears me. It's crickets out here. And I appreciate you guys for being here. The transformation this day on June 26th is a 342. This is Michael Proudfoot all day, every day. and the state of California. It's not just Mexico. This is a collective transit with Trans-Pluto. It is a 24, 48, it could be 72-hour transit. It's a collective. A personal transit would be Venus and Mars. You know, that's personal. The moon, that's personal. And the moon is reflecting the home, the mother. The mother knows. She knows. She knows exactly where her son is. There's a weight that's going to come over the TBI, and there's going to be an opposition, not with the TBI, but the FBI right here. Right here on June 28th, the FBI is being opposed. And I could just, this is the day that the state of Tennessee and Sebastian are in transit. And I'm telling you this stuff because I need eyes. I need ears out there telling me, looking at me too, as I'm looking for Sebastian. And I'm just by myself over here. And it's frustrating. That's what they're saying, Dee Marie. They're saying that at night is saying that he could be trafficked. And look at night. I mean, look at Nick. Who are they anyway? Who are they? I mean, let's be for real here. Gonna hold out hope like they got some kind of intelligence. This is some intelligence right here. This that what I'm doing, this is intelligent. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, exactly, Lady Freedom. Look at who was with Sebastian last. Let's be real. Let's be real. Let's stop acting like, you know, we didn't see no lights out back. let's just forget about that. I love you, babe. Like at night really has got some kind of intelligence going on. Please give me a break. Give me a break. I'm so over the Texas Roadhouse at night and all that bullshit. Where's Sebastian? Where's Sebastian? What's going to happen, though, with all of this is that Hygeia is coming to oppose Sebastian. Like there is so much that is going on and that has been going on. And I'm playing the tape through, and I can't stress it enough that I just am constantly playing the tape through. I played it through August. I played it through September. And I've got all these important dates. I'm looking at it. You know, now the dark moon at a 1048 is coming to that Hygeia. That Hygeia at the 1050, when this lead was reported, that lead came in at a 1050, and it was right there. The 7th house of relationships with two people, with communications, Chris and Katie. Chris and Katie. There is a darkness. There is a disordered aggression that is coming to the investigation. And the TBI is, they're weighted. They're weighted down. And this is a 24-hour transit. All the while, the weight is also on faith. That's the motive. That's the motive. There's no if, ands, or buts. All of this other stuff is a distraction. All of this other stuff is a distraction. This is such a distraction. The TBI may not be telling the family, may not be talking to the public. There is something more here. They just have one chance with the courts, with the DA, one chance. And they have to get it right. And what did I say that's going to come? The dude that has the Ring camera across the street, the Laird dude, Michael Laird, he's the one that is going to have pain that is now coming to him. Why? Why does he have pain coming to him? He's the one that showed the ring camera of Sebastian taking the trash, the grainy video. Look, right now, there is a transformative energy with Mexico, okay? Right now, today, all day long, today, all day, there has been a transformative health factor with Trump, with Israel, and Mexico. All we got to do is Google it. Google Trump and Mexico. What is happening right now? What has been happening today with Trump and Mexico and Israel? Because I can tell you one thing. Before Uranus came to Kathy, it came to Israel and Russia. Today, yesterday. No, when was that? Yeah. When did my electricity? Yesterday. Yeah. So yesterday was a build up to the things that are taking place with Trump, Israel, and Mexico. And that's exactly what was taking place when Sebastian went missing. Google when Sebastian went missing. Google that day. And you'll see Trump, Mexico, and Israel in the news. You'll see it. Right now, the moon is in Libra. The moon is in Libra. The moon is coming to Sebastian's 11th house of groups, where we are going to reflect on the justice and the law enforcement. How do you know this, Jennifer? Because I'm an astrologer. That's what we do. We read charts. I just so happen to read a lot of charts for free. Because I'm constantly looking for kids, looking for the missing. There's still a shakeup. There's a shakeup with California. There's a lot of shakeups going on in California, especially with the law. It could have to do with, what's his face? The governor there, Mr. Slick Hair. You know, these politicians, these sheriffs like Eric Craddock, it's all about every hair being in place. It's all about the show. But what are they doing? What are they really doing to help their community? I don't know. I'm not seeing it. Mars at an 827 is coming to an 830. It's where a lot of information is going to come in. A lot of people are going to be hearing about Sebastian. Yeah, Gavin Newsom, thank you. Yeah, Gavin could definitely be in the transit right now because there's something happening with the law enforcement and groups. There's a shakeup in California. No doubt about that. Mars is definitely going to come to the series. That's what we're going to be looking forward to. And this 931 that Mars is coming to, it's going to sit on Sebastian's series. And what does that mean? It's about his public image. Mars is transiting right now in Virgo. Mars is a personal planet. So Mars is about the public image of Sebastian. And it is what it is. We can't fix, manage, control what is taking place right now. All we can do is be an observer. Isn't that what Christ asked us to do? Right? Just be an observer. Just be a passerby. Understand and learn things. That's what I'm doing. And that is basically who has, been teaching me how to understand astrology even more. The Christ. So June 23rd, look at that. The 2922 with Uranus here in the 4th house of home, it's given a shakeup. It's given a shakeup with this 2922. That's Sebastian's values. It's about money. It's about possessions, about things that he owns. It's about a woman boss like Kathy Bowersox, or it's a man. It's a man. It's the government, a father figure. And this 2922 is being shaken up with groups on the 23rd, in the evening of the 23rd. Being of service is rewarding. It is rewarding with the inside, but the outer world is where it's lonely. And I feel for the people that have tried to bring an innovative way to the world and got shunned, like, some of our great thinkers, like Tesla. I definitely connect to Tesla. But yeah, I mean, so here we are, and Sebastian is in transit. He's in transit with Uranus, with we the people, with we the people. Uranus is about a shakeup, an unexpected shakeup. It's a ransom. A ransom, really? So it's a ransom. Okay. In Taurus, yes, it is. Isn't Taurus about values? Yes, it is. It's about the value of Sebastian's Venus. What is his Venus? Let's just look at the Venus in Capricorn. You value beautiful possessions. You're bountiful. See beauty in things. Develop relationships slowly. You're shy, but those relationships can be enduring. You're responsible with money and possessions. This is what the data is showing me, but this is intuitively what I'm saying is different. Intuitively, I'm saying that there's a relationship here with groups, and he's pained with the communications, and it goes back to his sister. It goes back to his cousins, his childhood friends. It's about networking, groups. And that's what Uranus rules, is Aquarius. So Venus is ruling this chart with Sebastian and we the people. And it is what it is, It is what it is. Venus at an 1833 had just left the vertex of an 1829. And you say, well, Jennifer, it's not in the same sign. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If Venus was in Cancer and she came over this vertex, this intense experience that is hidden with hidden sex, other people's money, things that are hidden with the investigation, and two people, the communications, the ring cameras, and home and mom. This is going back to Katie. I can't stress this enough. The root is going back to Katie. She had the final decision with what took place with her son. She knows where he's at. He didn't just run away. Sebastian didn't run away. There was a relationship involved. And it had to do with his health. And I'm keeping hope alive that he's alive. Mars is going to come here. There's going to be so much energy coming to Sebastian and his public image. It's not even funny. Everybody's going to be talking about this. Everybody's going to be talking about it on TikTok, on YouTube. Everybody's going to be talking about it. How can we find Sebastian? Because this is a bunch of chatter. This right here that came in on the 23rd is a bunch of chatter. And right now, the opposition with that Hygeia, with Sebastian, is Ohio. It's Ohio. The 1050 that was just in transit with Sebastian's Hygeia, this Hygeia that was where I'm just keep talking about, because the lead came in with Mexico when Hygeia came into Hygeia at a 1050. She came back to natal with the 7th house of relationships and partnerships. And Venus is going to come here. Venus is coming to that 2656. Where's Venus? Oh, she's already left. So there you go. There you go. So she's at a 27 now. Look at that. I've already talked about this. I feel like a broken record. Venus has just came here. She came here. She came here. So what does this mean that Venus is going to sit here? What's it mean that Venus would sit here with Sebastian after opposing him in Ohio? That means that Sebastian, his values, his relationships, the communications that we have been given, he is descending. You know what descending means, right? You're falling, you're going down. You're not doing great, you're descending. We all descend with relationships because it means that we have to let go of the ego, that I am in that first house. This 7th house, well, this is where I balance relationships. And Hygeia has just come here with that lead. And then Venus comes and sits here. But Astria, that big old girl, that girl, she's coming down and she's going to oppose Sebastian with justice right here. This 1050 doesn't go to Mexico. It goes to Ohio. Goes to Ohio. The dark moon was opposing Chris and his values. Is he the one that called it in? Is he the one that called it in? I'm just asking for a friend. Just asking for a friend. Then there's a reigniting of a flame on the 29th with the TBI, the flame of life, and the investigation. And there's a wake-up call that I'm going to get when I wake up. And I definitely got a wake-up call when I woke up on the 30th. You know, the things that I've been telling my kids, they act like I'm a broken record. Like they just, oh, okay, Mom. All right, Mom. All right. Well, I saw it coming, didn't I? I may not know how exactly it's going to express itself, but I can tell you one thing, it's going to come. And the best thing that we can do is observe. Without observation, I can't find Sebastian. And that's what I do. I try to find him. If he is somewhere else and he had not been harmed at home, you know, now I'm wondering why. Why is the dude across the street, why's he got any pain coming? Why is he going to be pained with this 2650? About the trash. What does he know? What does he think he knows? Because when this takes place, when this dude is all pained up and feeling really bad about whatever he's feeling bad about, with the warring that's going on maybe online and the networking and so on and so forth, while that's going on, the 2950 that Sebastian shares, that he shares with the state of California, is coming into transit. And I can't deny that not just do I see, not only do I just see Mexico, I definitely see California too. You know, I definitely see California too. There has been a lot of speculation about the trash, but the landfill, why did they go and search the landfill? Why did the TBI search the landfill? Only the TBI knows. But let me tell you something. On July 3rd, on July 3rd, this is what I see because this is the day before the 4th. On July 3rd, I see that the public image with Faith and the doctor, the enlightenment, the doctor, there's things that are taking place with Faith. There is a reigniting with the flame, with the law enforcement, with Sebastian. I'm receiving information on the 3rd, Thursday night, about the courts. There is something happening in Australia with groups. And the TBI and Chris Proudfoot are going to come into a fate. All the while, Mars is sitting at that 931, that Ceres degree that Sebastian has in his natal chart, and it's personal. It's personal. Something is beginning and ending with courts. Something is beginning and ending with the law, with justice and health. And I'm telling you, Chris Proudfoot and the FBI are going to come into transit together at the same time with Australia, with the flame of life, with Sebastian and we the people. In California. Terry Bowersox and the FBI are going to descend together. And there is a lot of pain that Katie has about the communications. There is a lot of pain that she has and is faded with Eric Craddock, with the World Health and Children. It's faded with Chris Proudfoot and the energy that he has that is going to go to social media. I'm telling you now, July 3rd. July 3rd and then July 5th are days that I'm observing, the 3rd through the 5th is the next days that I'm going to be observing with Sebastian. And this day is going to have a devouring energy with Michael Proudfoot. And the wisdom with Sebastian will be had all day. But there's things that I just can't unsee. And when I investigate in this manner, with this method, and I know the numbers of different states, of different countries, and I'm only getting better. I'm only getting better. So July 4th, it looks like it'll be faded with different places, different people, different countries, or what have you. But July 4th is definitely an ice day. Ice. Interesting enough, Pluto is going to be at the same degree it was when Sebastian went missing, times 2. Times 2. I know the country. I know the states. Does that mean that Sebastian is in another country or state? It doesn't. It doesn't. But this is the only way that I would know if he is in another state or not. And this is a time period where Terry Bowersox and the FBI are going to be in transit together once again. And I can only hope that the FBI, that the TBI, when I see them in transit with Sebastian, that they're doing their own due diligence. And if they were working with me, they would know that they should be doing this and that and the other, because this is where they're going to be able to get a grip, get what they need, because it's like, you know that they only have one chance to get it right. Well, I would say that they are, after this long, if they still haven't gotten it, what they need, then they're probably going to have to do something different to get different results. And then what's going to happen is we're going to see, we're going to see a lot of problems with Chris Proudfoot. This is something that I've been talking about. It's on me. It's on my other lives. I can't make it up. I'm not making this up. I can see it. And as an astrologer, I see it. The health and the values are going to come in with Sebastian, with the TBI. And I don't see Tennessee as much as I do the TBI. And that tells, with Sebastian's case, and that tells me that they know more than what we know. And I feel like they just need that extra evidence. You can't convict someone without evidence. Sebastian is, he's 16 now. He could be anywhere. The fact of the matter is that we just don't know. We hope and we pray that he is alive. I don't see that Katie and Chris act like he's been offed and he's just gone. But I don't know either one of them. I don't know them to know if they would. I just don't. I don't know them. I haven't talked to them. I would like to. I would. But I can tell you one thing. I can tell you a lot of things. Look at this. There is going to be an opposition with Katie. I've been watching this one too, on July 4th. When she wakes up, 5:35 a.m. When she wakes up, it's right in her face. Oh, hindsight. Hey, honey. There is definitely, this is a time period right here on July 4th where this is right. It's going to be right here. When Chris's south node, the south node is Chris. Ceres will just move off of Sebastian. And like I said, it's personal. It's so personal. And that's when the FBI and Chris Proudfoot are going to be in transit together. No matter what time Chris is born. I don't have to have his birth time. I know. There's going to be a fate with him and the FBI beginning July 3rd at 9:35 p.m. on Thursday night. And then on Friday, that's when Saturday. That's when the wisdom comes to Sebastian. And it's going to be a lot of energy. It will be a lot of energy going with the FBI. This post the media attention, the weight that the TBI has today, this is going to motivate them. There's a reflection of the investigation right here. This is motivating them. All the chatter online, they listen to that. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that they listen to the chatter. There is someone that is devoted to the chatter. Am I wishful thinking? Maybe so. Yeah, the June, early July, yeah, spot on. I mean, and it's not because it is not because I'm psychic or anything like that. It's just this is an ancient language. We've always used it. And we've always used it. We have always used it to understand our essence of being, to connect to a higher power. And July 6th, this is when the desires of responsibility and accountability is going to come into transit with Sebastian. Thank you, Lady Freedom. I'll be watching you, honey. If I can stay up a little longer, I will. I promise I'm going to. Are you about to go live? Are you about to go live, Lady Freedom, or are you just going to bed? You know, I started to map the little the young man, Devlin Tate. And you know, he is in transit all day today. No matter what time he's born, he's in transit today. There's a magnetism with the law today. And it makes me wonder, will he be found today? What was there? This is a 24-hour transit. It still hasn't let up. It's still on him. It'll be on him in the morning, in the afternoon tomorrow. I mean, on July 6th. Hold on. Damn, it's still, whoa. Look at that. Oh, this is going to be for days. So there is, okay, so Devlin Tate from June 29th to, oh, wow. Zeus is going to stay there and station there. Wow. For days. For days. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Devlin Tate, if anybody is listening about his missing event or looking at his missing event, y'all, from now until July 15th, until July 15th, he is in transit. The law is on him. Yeah, I mean, D. Marie, look, we are all intuitive. We are all intuitive. It's just, do we listen? Do we listen to what we were being called to do? Or do we fight? Do we, you know what I'm saying? Do we, you know, are we worldly, or do we go to that spiritual essence of ourselves? And I think that, you know, sometimes it's hard to trust that because we are so programmed in the world. But at the same time, you know, it's hard to not listen when it's so loud. You know, sometimes we just have to listen. Oh, Devlin Tate is going to be in transit big time. I didn't realize that it's going to be, whoa. Yeah, this is a big, this case is going to be, this case is going to be one to follow too. Devlin Tate, he's going to be in transit until July 15th. So he started the 29th. He'll be in transit till the 15th. That's amazing. That's great. Hopefully he'll be found. But anyway, I just wanted to come on tonight and just rant and rave for a little bit about this post, because the darkness, the disordered aggression, when it comes to, you know, there's just so much darkness and so much negativity that is surrounding Sebastian, and the lights, the communication, you know, the things that we know, the investigation. But at the same time, I think it is going to push the TBI. I just see this weight. I hope that Faith is okay. You know, I see that there is a weight with her and the physician. And when I say the physician, I mean, you know what a physician is. It's a physician, a doctor. I hope that she's okay and she's not sick. If she is fighting something that she has, gotten, or, now the moon is reflecting Mexico here and their ascendant. That's interesting. That's interesting. I've got it on, it's 11:48, 49, 50. This is in Nashville, Tennessee time. So this is my default. Nashville, Tennessee is where I was born and raised. So it's my default when I look at the transits, no matter where I'm at in the world. And I find this very interesting that the moon is definitely reflecting the ascendant and descendant of the Mexico chart. And poor little Faith, I wish that I could talk to her mom, Chris, Katie, just ask her, is she okay? Is this little girl okay? Is she okay? There is definitely enlightenment that has come to her. If she's not seeing a physician, if she's not sick, then there's definitely some enlightenment. But the enlightenment that she has received is weighty. It's weighing her down. It's where she could need a counselor. And I promise I've read charts enough for many years that I'm telling you, I know that this little girl is in need of a physician for sure. Some enlightenment to ease the weight. Is she missing mom? Is she missing home? It's just things like that, Oh, D. Marie, just don't stay quiet over here. She probably does need to talk. She really does. I just think that, she's awful young she's confused and wondering where he's at, what's happening. Is he okay? What happened to Sebastian? She's just so young. And I'm a mama bear, and I'm just worried about her. The state of California, Mexico, and Virginia. Those are the states, country that shows up the most with Sebastian. There are times where he is opposed, like he was just opposed with justice in Ohio. And so I do take note of that. I take note of that because I'm looking for Sebastian. That's all I want, is to find Sebastian. Because I just want to get better for the future kids that go missing. Kids go missing every day. All day, every day, they're going missing. Most of them are found. Most of them are found. These kids, 400 kids a day, most of them are found. But the ones that aren't pull on your heartstrings. And especially the ones with disabilities or, things that are happening with them that, they're different. Those are the kids that, like Devlin Tate. That one is one that I'm going to be looking more into. I'm going to be talking about his case because I think that, and she could have heard something. Kids are sponges. Kids are sponges, Dee Marie. You know this. I mean, they soak up everything. Even when you're trying not to say anything. But there is one thing for sure, is that the guy across the street, Michael Laird, he is coming into a transit that is pained. He's feeling pain. And I have to wonder why. It has to be his ring camera that saw Sebastian, grainy as it was, walking the trash down. And he's pained with this warring. And I feel like it's because of all of this stuff that is coming out. What does he think that he knows? What does Michael Laird think that he knows that is painting him? If I could ask him, do you believe this Mexico stuff? I would ask him that. Why is it that you're feeling pain right now? Because it's an orb. It's not, it's a 20, Chiron's 2648 right now, but it's coming to that 2650 that he has in his chart, no matter what time he's born. And it's with groups, it's with we the people. So why? Why is he pained with that? All this information that's coming out. Does he think that he would be in Mexico, or does he think something else because of the ring camera and the trash pickup? You know, it's his ring camera. He's the one that's saying, we haven't seen it. Seth saw it. We haven't seen it. I'd like to see it. I think the TBI would do well to show us, we the people, some things that would not hurt the investigation. Right? Like, why can't they show us him walking the trash? Why can't we hear Sebastian going home in the car with Katie? Why is that such a big deal? How would that impede the investigation, or would it? Could it? Could that impede the investigation if we were to see stuff like that? We already see the Texas Roadhouse, and I'm so sick and tired of seeing it. Yeah, you're right. Or the alleged clear version. That would be wonderful. That would be so wonderful if we could see that. I don't understand how it could hurt the investigation. It's like, good communication makes for a good relationship. And I've seen law enforcement agencies that are so good at communicating with the public. And those law enforcement agencies that are so good with communicating with the public have solved cases time and time again. I mean, it could be that it's not him, that we may find that it's not him. You know, did she pull into are we hearing Sebastian on the cam, her going home? I just want to hear him go home. I want to hear him, what they're talking about when they pull into the drive. When they pull into the drive, what are they talking about? What's going on? I mean, if they can see and hear and everything, I mean, is it just audio? What is it exactly? But I can tell you one thing. If Chris has got some fake teeth, he's going to be so mad, because it's going to be, in just a couple of days, he's going to be spitting them teeth out. And he's going to be so mad while he's talking. There's a huge weight of home with Faith. I bet if she's with them, she's missing home. And she needs some counseling. That's what I see, for real. And it hurts me. It hurts me to see that for her. She said audio and video. Jennifer Coffindaffer, just audio. Which is it? Exactly. Which is it? Is it just audio? Well, if it's just audio, we should be able to hear what Sebastian is saying. What are they talking about? Can we at least know that he made it home? I mean, can you give us a bone? We're still invested. We're going to stay invested. Can you just give us a bone, TBI? Can we just get a little bit of something here? What's going to happen is this 1049 is going to come into a 1050. The dark moon is coming to that 1050, and it's going to come here in the 7th house of relationships. It's coming to the relationships and the partnerships with the investigation of the darkness surrounding the ring cameras, the communications with Chris and Katie. I mean, it's two people, so it's got to be Chris and Katie. Unless it's Katie and some other dude around in there in that neighborhood that she was messing around with. I mean, I tell you one thing too, I don't see at all how their relationship is going to stand the test of time. Katie and Chris are not going to stand. They weren't making it before. They had a rocky relationship. If he's only home that one time, why was he only home that one time? Was it to go to the parent-teacher conference? Why was he only home one time, Chris? Why were you only home once? How are you going to keep your lady satisfied? How is your lady keeping you satisfied? How are y'all even working it, not seeing each other? Why were you staying at work on the weekends when you weren't even working the weekends? Why were you there? Not at home. Exactly. Can his father not at least hear it? Yeah, we do need Sheriff Grady Judd. I love him. I loved Sheriff Grady Judd. I'm saying. DeMarie, if you can manipulate them, then I mean, I don't know that the audio, you can manipulate that audio, but maybe she could. I mean, they are Navy. Look, her and Chris and Craddock, Navy. They're all Navy. They're Navy buds, Navy brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? They're Navy. They take an oath with one another. Mm-hmm. She does have loose lips. Could be the date and location change. Yeah, it could be. Definitely could be. Definitely could be. Squids. Kitty. What's up, Kitty? What's going on? Yeah. Yeah. So there's this disordered aggression that's coming with Sebastian. It's coming into the relationship house. And we're going to see the disordered aggression about the investigation. And people are going to show their dark side. The dark side. Like, I'm just fit to be tied tonight. I see that the weight is not on Eric Craddock. It's not on the FBI. It's on the TBI. It's on the TBI and the leads and the investigation. It's on the TBI and Katie. That's what it's with Katie. It's with Katie. I think that the TBI, and I'm really confident with saying this, I think that the TBI is weighted down with the evidence against Katie. I think that they think that she did something to him. And they're not looking for Sebastian in another country. And I think that that is what I'm seeing for November of this year with the TBI. I've played the tape through today. I played the tape through November because I had stopped at August with the lives. And I went ahead today and I went ahead and looked at August, September, October through November. And I saw the TBI coming into a major media opposition with the media. And so it could be that it may not have anything to do with Sebastian, but they are definitely going to be coming into a major transit in November. And of course, Sebastian's birthday is in December. So I don't know if that's going to have anything to do with it, this opposition with the media, with the TBI or not. The TBI was definitely in transit when Sebastian went missing. So I don't know that there isn't any other kind of conspiracy, because I keep seeing where there's so many opportunities. I see opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to solve this case. And all I see is a bunch of dumb chatter. just chatter that is just not making any sense. I saw Sebastian in transit the 23rd through the 25th. And then all of a sudden, now we find out that at night got some lead with Mexico. Well, when Sebastian went missing, okay, Trans-Pluto was at a 344 in Virgo, just like it is right now. Let me show you. Let me show you. Because I think sometimes seeing is believing for some people. Sebastian missing. I mean, I would hope so. I would hope so, but I mean, it's been so long. I'm trying to keep my hope that one of these days it's not just going to be chatter. Like, it's really not just going to be chatter. It's going to be something significant, and they're going to make a huge break in the case. So Sebastian missing. I have Sebastian missing at 1:36 a.m. Simply because he's in transit in a major way. And Sebastian, the 344, this collective transit with Trans-Pluto, this 344 is the midheaven and the IC of Mexico. This 344 is also in transit today, all day. It's with Mexico. It's also with Israel. It's also with me. I have this degree in my chart. It's where I teach astrology. And it connects to Israel and Mexico. Guess what? I've been to Israel and Mexico. I've been there, both places. That's why I connect there in my teaching house. The long travels, because I took a long travel. I took a plane to both places. It's indicative. It's the ninth house. It's long travels. It's another country. And in this ninth house, we have Israel and we have Mexico in this ninth house when he goes missing. Does that mean that he's in Mexico or Israel? No. No, it doesn't. We have a 302 with Vulcanus in the 8th house of things that are hidden. We also have a 302 with Admetos. There's a breakup here. There's even information that is receiving at this time. Mexico and Israel time at 1:36 a.m. And that's when Sebastian was in transit with a relationship and a disordered aggression with health, long travels, and the state of Tennessee. That 1414 that is in transit today, that is going as a collective energy with Hades, with the TBI, is right here. This 1414, that's when he went missing. So do you see how the TBI is showing up? They're also showing up here. The TBI is all in this transits when he goes missing. Are the TBI involved? I don't think so. Is it possible? Yep. Is it possible that there is some type of inside job with the government? Yep. Could there be some corruption with this missing event? Yes. Could it be that something happened in the neighborhood with a relationship with one of the neighbors? Yes. Because what this is showing me is a time period where a lot of stuff was going down with Mexico and Israel and Donald Trump, because Donald Trump also has this 344 degree in his chart. This 1202, the Hades here with the 7th house of relationships, the Hades, the weight, the hell. That's with faith and relationships, about home and family, mom, loyalty, real estate, land. So there's a lot that I can tell by different people different family members, different friends, different associates, different agencies. I can tell a lot. When I'm looking at this, the desires, that 757, these desires are in the UK. We know John went to the UK. Lori's ex, John. We know that he went to the UK. There's so many things that we can tell. But it doesn't mean that just because I see another country or another person or something like that in this chart, that I've learned that it doesn't mean that that is who has Sebastian or where he went. But it's possible that it is. So what I do is I take these degrees in the chart and I map them. I take the angle with this relationship that is upon his Mars, this relationship that is upon his body and the movement of the car. There is a movement of a car, and it's that there's a disordered aggression. Remember, we're going here. We're doing this. Remember, we're reflecting with Chris Proudfoot here. Okay? We're reflecting with Chris Proudfoot. It's in good standing with the law. It's opposing Saturn. It's opposing the communications with Terry Bowersox. That's the Saturn. It's in good standing with We the People, with the group, that 1928. There's a fate. There's a fate with Chiron. Chiron is at a 1703. His Chiron is a 1701. It's opposing the health, the world health with Hygeia. With Hygeia. So we can see that his health was being opposed. Health is a broad spectrum. So does that mean that he was being offed? Something bad really happened to him? A lot of warring was taking place at home? There was a lot of warring taking place at home with Sebastian. There's no doubt about it. He was being forced to be independent. Forced to be independent of his mother. He was not able to be with his mother at this time. Whether he was being abused or not, he was not able to be with his mom at home at this time at 1:36 a.m. There had been a disordered aggression with him in a relationship with the trash, with his health. This Hygeia is going to his step aunt, Melissa. It's going to her house on the map. All of this is going northwest from Hendersonville. All of this Pisces. And it's all opposing the state of Tennessee. It's opposing Michael Proudfoot in a big way. There was so much going on with his life path because it's rising in Sag. It's rising in Sag, and his whole life path, Sebastian's life path, is all about things that are hidden with Scorpio and a long travel, another country, a higher learning. Oh, thank you, Hindsight. I appreciate you. And I'm going to end this with saying that the transits that are coming to Sebastian, is the darkness. There's a lot of disordered aggression after the opposition with his health in Ohio. And there's definitely a shakeup. There's a shakeup with groups and values when it comes to the Ring camera and the neighbor across the street. There's a lot of transforming energy with health, about Israel and Mexico and me, Trump. And as the mood is going to go through these degrees in Libra, it's about the justice for Sebastian and where he could be found. The justice system, how the justice system works with evidence. Because Venus, being in her sign, is going to rule this chart. She is ruling it all, and it's about evidence. And what evidence do we have? What evidence do they have? They can't produce evidence that they don't have. But what evidence do they have? It would be nice if the TBI, if the local law enforcement would just give us a bone. Because the Mexico stuff has got me really fired up. It's got me really upset. And I want to know, what do they have? I believe that if they would just work with me, we could get answers quickly. So I digress. I appreciate those of you who are in the chat listening, trying to help, trying to learn in an innovative way. And I appreciate you guys that converse, that come in the chats, even late at night. I appreciate all of y'all. And with that said, I'm going to end this live, and I hope you all have a good night.
Clean like your soul, won't be forgotten. We stand strong for you, never give up. Seek justice and truth. Day and night we search. Community gathers, wipe the tears away. Rise up for you, Sebastian strong. Sebastian's army, we march on. Each day comes and goes, hope in our hearts. You're never alone, we'll bring you home. Wish it was a dream, babe. It lingers on, but strength we carry will keep you strong. Rise up for you, Sebastian strong. Sebastian's army, we march on. Each day comes and goes, hope in our hearts. You're never alone, we'll bring you home. Wish it was a dream, hey, it lingers on, but strength we carry will keep you strong. Rise up